Wow, this Pokemon Go thing is getting insane. People are going to the extreme to catch these Pokemon. Before you know it, they'll be skydiving for a Mewtwo, or scuba diving for a Seadra or a Gyarados. Who knows? And as bad as I would love to take a rocket to outer space just to see if there's Pokemon up there, I can't ever get on. The servers are always down. And I'm not sure when I'll be able to get on because it seems like this hacking group called Poodle Corp will be taking down the servers August 1st.
We will we'll be taking down Pokemon Go, all of the servers for Pokemon Go for all day long for 24 hours on August 1st for proof, I suppose.
In 2 weeks?
But anyways, monsters, have any of you explored any creepy places? If you have, let us know in the comments below. Now tonight's chilling little tale leads us deep into the forest. Now, there should be nothing to worry about, right? It's not like there's anything creepy out here. Or is there? Well, I guess we'll find out. So monsters, if you have any leftover Pokemon balls, be sure to get those out and let the story begin. I should have never played Pokemon Go by Loner with a Boner. To be honest, I've never been into Pokemon, so it was a big surprise to me that I became this obsessed with the game. I've gone from being a couch potato to taking 3 walks a day. I don't know what it is about this game. Is it the random smiles I get from the people when they see me play it? Or is it the sense of belonging to a greater community? Oh well, I don't know the answers to these questions, but one thing is for sure. I ought to have stayed on the couch. My house is in a small village far away from the hullabaloo of the city. Nothing around for miles except for cottages and the forest and streams. It is a really beautiful place. So I don't get much Pokemon spawns around me. When my phone showed a Charizard near me, you can bet your ass that I slipped into my shoes and I was out the door as fast as possible. I started wandering around in the forest. Before long, I was deep in the forest and my reception had started to fade. Just as I was about to turn around to head back home, the footstep indicator showed that I was almost on top of the Charizard. I moved deeper into the forest to get him. At this point, the trees were beginning to get a bit dense and creating an eerie vibe around me. But I was so close to this Charizard that I figured I'd just catch him and run all the way back to my house. Then, I heard it. Footsteps. I thought that this was a fellow Pokemon Go player looking for the same Charizard. I knew I had to get the Pokemon before him. I figured I had the better shot of catching it if the other guy didn't know that I was looking for it. So, I crept through the bushes and tried to figure out where he was. Fuck! I cursed as I cut myself in the branches. I peered through the tree line. The slight distraction made me lose track of him. I turned around, jumped up, and almost screamed when I saw this girl standing right behind me. Sorry, I didn't mean to scare you, she said. She was wearing black spandex pants and a black tank top and trainers. Her dark hair was up in a bun and sweat glistened on her forehead. I was about to run past you, but it looked like you might be in trouble, she said. Are you okay? Yeah, I'm fine, I said. I'm just looking for a Pokemon and it looks like it might be over there. I gestured towards the bending path up ahead. Oh, I was looking for it myself. It is a Charizard, isn't it? Is it okay if I tag along? It is kinda scary this deep in the forest, she replied. Sure, I guess, I replied, mesmerized. She was a gorgeous woman. I would be mad not to accompany her. It isn't there, she said, pointing northeast. And I presume it isn't there either. pointing at the way which I just walked through. Yeah, you're right. I agreed. So why don't you lead the way? She said, in a very even tone. We started walking and I started feeling some sort of uneasiness as if something dire is about to happen. This feeling hits me in the middle of my stomach and a strong eerie feeling washes over my body that makes me sick. Yeah, this forest was making me aghast. I looked up to the sky, but we were so deep into the forest that it was completely obstructed by the trees. And I glanced at the girl following me and she immediately met my eyes and nodded reassuringly to encourage me to keep walking. I kept walking. But with each step that I was taking, the sense of doom kept on increasing. I finally had enough. I stopped. Did you find it? She asked. Nah, I said. I don't think I can keep going. It's getting late. She looked at me with a cold stare. She remained standing where she was, blocking my path. I tried once more. Well, thanks for walking with me. I hope we meet again sometime. I tend to come here a lot. I lied. She did not budge. And all of a sudden, she smiled at me. We should get some water from the stream before you go back. It's just right up there. It'll just take a minute to go there, she said. Her smile terrified me. How do I put this? It wasn't exactly human. It resembled something close to a mannequin. I was freaking out. She showed no signs of moving. And I'm not sure what was keeping me from just running past her. I too just could not move. That's alright. I really have to be getting back home. My friends will be waiting for me. I told her, my voice cracking. I was beginning to panic. She did not respond. She stared at me with those cold eyes, while her smile slowly deflated on her face. Can you please just let me go? I asked. She didn't acknowledge me. Her face was turning paler by the second, and her teeth, the teeth which were perfectly alright when she smiled earlier, were not human now. They were now sharp and long. Her dark hair was as dark as charcoal. Her skin became flawless, resembling marble. Her eyes turned blood red, shining with an aged intelligence, as though she had seen every large atrocity and each feeble passing. She looked more beautiful, yet more terrible than any woman I have ever seen. Stay, she said in a cold, seductive but cruel voice. Everything about her body screamed predator, but the sexual attraction was overwhelming. I was beginning to fall into her spell, but a vibrating phone snapped me out of her enchantment. I found the Charizard. And that was it. Now or never, I thought, and I broke into a run and threw myself past her, scraping my arms on the tree branches. I did not turn back. I just ran as fast as I could, all the while resisting the urge to just turn around and look. I had this feeling that her eyes were on me as I ran. You know the one. That leering presence of some sort of entity that makes the hair on the back of your neck stand up tall, that makes your body break out into a cold sweat. I ran and ran for what seemed like an eternity. I didn't dare look back until I reached the edge of the forest. Immediately after, I realized that she wasn't chasing me. I dribbled vomit all over my shirt and shorts. I fell to the ground, gasping for air and hacking. My eyes were a mess of tears. My heart was beating so fast that I thought I could have been having a heart attack. After catching my breath, I laughed, like an escaped prisoner. I got my phone and dragged myself to the house where I am now, vowing to never play Pokemon Go again. I am uninstalling this game. I am sure I will be haunted by those eyes, those crimson and cold eyes, for a long time. Now call me superstitious, but right now, I am planting garlic all around my house and hanging crosses all around the rooms, because after some reading, I am pretty sure that that woman I encountered was a vampire. Well, monsters, it seems that our friend in tonight's story almost got a little too close to what he believes is a vampire, and it seemed that she was trying to put a trance on our friend here. Luckily, he got away. Unfortunately, I guess he didn't get the Charizard, but he left with his life. I would have to say this story is fictional. Another one of those creepypasta stories, I suppose. And monsters, if you leave a like on tonight's video, like in 5 seconds, you'll hear your doorbell ring. Open that door, and you're gonna see a freaking genie lamp sitting right there at your feet. Now, what you gotta do is pick it up, spit on it, shine it up, wait for this big goofy blue genie to pop up, and ask for 3 wishes. And for those who are new, and if you haven't done so, be sure to subscribe and become a monster today. Big shouts to all of you out there, and like always, till next time.